Today is the day. Today is the day to finally talk about this episode. Let's talk about the My Little Pony episode, A Hearth's-Warming Tale. Now, before I begin, I am very aware that this episode is another adaptation of the Charles Dickens classic A Christmas Carol. It's considered by many as one of the best Christmas stories ever told. It's a beloved story about the character of Scrooge learning the true meaning of Christmas and that there is more to life than money. This is one of my favorite and most cherished Christmas stories I have ever seen and kind of read growing up. I technically haven't read the original book, but I pretty much know every character in the basic story. There are many versions of this tale. There was one by Mickey Mouse, the CG one with Jim Carrey, the Flintstones, and even Doctor Who. That's right. Doctor Who itself did its own take on A Christmas Carol. Now, this version of the tale is quite different, and you'll see why. This is my review of a... Hey Belt, I just wanted to know if you've seen... What are you doing? I thought you said you gave me this channel while you do reviews. Yeah, I know, but there's just one more thing to do before I can do that. Oh yeah? Well, what are you reviewing anyway? It's My Little Pony related. No, thank you. A Hearth's-Warming Tale.
We begin this episode with a really nice Christmas song number, but since this came out in the spring, who really cares? We then cut to Twilight and Spike, who discover shocking info.
You celebrate your first Hearth's-Warming Eve here in Ponyville? I was thinking I might just skip it.
What? Somebody who doesn't want to celebrate the holidays? Well, gee, I wonder where this is going. Let's see our picks. Is it A, wondering why and trying to help change their mind, B, a depressing backstory, or C, solving the problem by telling them a Christmas classic?
My favorite holiday story, A Hearth's-Warming Tale. Ooh, I love that one!
Classic choice. Twilight then begins to tell the story of A Hearth's-Warming Tale. The story talks about a unicorn named Snowflake Frost, our Scrooge of the story, so to speak, played by, of course, Starlight herself. She is pretty much the same character, greedy, hates the holidays, and would rather work than spend time with friends. We are also introduced to the Bob Cratchit of the story, Snow Dash. Now, Cratchit, in many adaptations, is a hard worker of Scrooge who is given less pay than he deserves, but he respects his boss despite being mistreated. So obviously, they gave this to someone who would be perfect for this kind and selfless role.
Snow Dash was Snowfall's loyal assistant. What do you need?
Get this mess cleaned up. Those foolish ponies were ringing those blasted bells outside the window and I lost my concentration.
Whoa, ponies actually enjoying Hearth's-Warming Eve. Where did they get that crazy idea?
Or Rainbow Dash.
Really? Really? Dash was the pony for this part? I mean, I would have thought Twilight or Fluttershy or even Spike would do this role justice. But Rainbow Dash? Seriously? Okay, fine. I mean, as long as she stays in character and doesn't do anything wrong, I'm sure she can portray how kind the character is.
By all means, if you want to go home early, ignore all of the work you have and spend the rest.
Or being a straight up jerk, that works too. Good gosh, we are only a few minutes in this story and already there are problems. Then, Snowflake sings a song on how she will not only skip Hearth's-Warming, but also erase it from existence. The song is pretty good, with Kelly Sheridan having an amazing singing voice.
Goodbye to the holiday. With my magic, I'll erase it. The greatest gift that I give today, and every pony will have to face it.
After that, we get a visit from the ghost from Christmas Past, played by Applejack, which is actually a good choice. So the ghost takes Snowflake to her past as a filly. Now in the original story, we see that Scrooge's life wasn't as bad as when he was young. Sure, he had studied a lot at his young age and was never near his family, even on the holidays. It wasn't until his father had a change of heart, letting young Scrooge spend time with his family on the holidays. He would also meet his first love, which sadly wasn't meant to be after he was left with his family's fortune. This led him to become the greedy man he is in the present. Now, there have been a few adaptations of this part that try something new, but usually are shorter versions of the same pass.
Now, how does this episode handle it? Well,
Applejack sings an upbeat song while Snowflake looks at her amazing childhood, how she had many friends and loved the holidays, and...
I'm sorry, are we in a different story? Because this doesn't feel right.
Oh wait, there's more. You see, Snowflake didn't become bad because of her own actions. It's because the diet version of Snipes said that hearthswarming is dumb and work is more important than the stupid holidays. Now at first, I didn't really like this, and it seems like a cliche that you've seen way too often. On the other hand, I guess it kinda works for a family show, though I do wish this was taken in a better direction. Then Applejack singing what is supposed to be a sad scene, but here's the problem. The music is way too upbeat and loud.
Point of view. And in that moment, though you didn't know it, your defenses set up walls you built to last, leading to the pony you become today.
For a scene like this, the music's supposed to be calm and soft. It's supposed to make us feel bad for Snowflake. Even if it is a weak excuse just to be mean, oh my gosh, this is starting to feel stupid again. Why did they have to change this?
Wait a minute, what's going on?
Hey, happy holidays, Belle.
Oh. Hey, Kanata, happy holidays. I guess.
You seem kinda down. What's up?
Oh, I'm reviewing Hearthswarming Tale.
Really? I love that episode. It's one of the best episodes of season 6.
Yeah, everybody keeps saying that.
You don't seem to like it?
No, and I'll call you back later.
Wait, what's wrong with it?
Bye. Well, that wasn't very nice. Well, excuse me.
We then cut to, oh my gosh. Pinkie Pie is the ghost of Christmas Present. And no, I don't mean the time between past and future, but actual presents. So we get another upbeat song. Honestly, a little variety would be nice. Now, I didn't have any problems with this song until now. It's not that I hate it, nor does it have anything to do with Shannon Chan Kent singing. Oh no, she's amazing. The lyrics are the problem. Some parts don't make any sense. Don't believe me? Listen to this. The presents always fill with presents, large, medium, and small. Sometimes the most important things aren't very big at all. The presents always fill with presents, so come on, open your eyes, spend time with ponies just like you, and watch your spirits rise.
Wait, I thought we wanted her not to spend time with people who are mean and bad. Isn't that going against the message that you're trying to come across? And also, the lyrics, watch your spirit rise, might not be taken as well, since by the end she'll possibly meet her end. And what are they talking about?
So, after the present ghost sings her song, we get the best scene in the episode.
And the reason is to be with your friends. And the reason is to be with your friends. What? You know you're doing your Pinkie Pie voice, right? I was not.
Actually, the commentaries coming from Twilight, Spike, and Starlight are the only highlights of this episode.
Can we take a quick break? I need to refill my cocoa.
Fine. But hurry up, we're almost to the best part.
The best part? I would have to say no on that, Twilight.
So Snowflake watches Snow Dash's party as we see that she is a little down. Now, in the original story, this is the part where we're supposed to feel bad for both sides. In the perspective of the people in the party, they make fun of Scrooge for being mean and greedy. That is, everyone except Cratchit, who not only defends him, but asks everyone in the party for a toast to hope for the best. But that's not all. Scrooge takes an interest in Cratchit's son, Tiny Tim. He finds out that Tim is ill, so he asks the spirit if he will live. He says, and I quote, "If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die." We see in his eyes that Scrooge doesn't want that, finally seeing the errors of his ways. So, how does this episode handle this part? Here, Snowdash complains about how Snowflake wants people to work hard in helping the benefit of Equestria. Everyone responds with boos and laughs. I'm not kidding, that is all we get. Tiny Tim is not even mentioned. Heck, I don't even think he's part of this story. The whole point of this part is so we can feel bad for both sides and know each perspective of what will occur later. I am already near my boiling point and I don't want to explode with anger today!
Hello? RJ, what do you want? I sense a disturbance. Look, I have no time to talk. I'm not letting go of the fact that this episode is Enough! You will forget about raging over this scene. I will forget about raging over this scene. Now go play Kingdom Hearts for an hour, and then talk about the next scene of the episode. Will do. Never underestimate the power of the Force.
So, after the ghost of Hearth's-warming present leaves, we see Snowflake witnessing what would happen if she doesn't change her ways. It's here that Princess Luna plays the ghost of Christmas yet to come. The way she appears, her singing voice building up of what will happen, it's probably one of the best interpretations of this character. That is, except for one problem here. She tells Snowflake that if she releases the spell and doesn't change her ways, everyone will die. Yeah, that's kind of a heavy decision. Scrooge here is supposed to feel fear about the death of Tiny Tim, the destruction of Cratchit and his family, and dying alone with nobody missing him. Now, this is where the message of the story kicks in. Scrooge learns about greed and the consequences that will follow if he continues down this path. It's there that life gives him another chance and he becomes a better person. Now, how does this episode go? Mostly the same, except Snowflake goes to the party and hands out gifts.
Dragon toenail? Thanks?
I was in a hurry.
I'll do better next time.
Really? Weird gifts? Where's the hearts-warming ending? You're trying to play this up for laughs? This is dumb. Anyways, the episode ends with Starlight deciding to spend hearts-warming with her friends, and they sing one final song.
I don't care for it.
Even if you're not a fan of the story, this episode is still really bad. It's not only one of the worst MLP episodes, it's one of the worst holiday specials I've seen. What are kids supposed to learn from this? That if you're mean and don't spend time with your family and friends, everyone will die? What kind of drugs were the writers on? One season prior, we had Hearthbreakers. While it had a simple story, it at least had a good lesson in respecting others' way of celebrating the holidays. Heck, all the way back in season 2, we had a hearts-warming Eve. I didn't care about that episode as well, but at least it shows an interesting origin to the holiday and delivering a good message about getting along. Well, I'm done. This is the last time I will ever see a hearts-warming tale. In fact, I'm not even going to talk about the positives because this episode doesn't deserve.
Hey, Belt, what's going on? Oh my gosh! I really gotta check my equipment more often so I don't get these interrupted phone calls! Dude, I'm only here because Kanata told me you were feeling down. It's because I got done reviewing A Hearts-Warming Tale, one of the worst holiday specials I've ever seen! Worst? You must be joking. Okay, but my point still stands. Why do people love this episode? It's a disservice to A Christmas Carol. What is it about this episode that people love?
Remember how the Doctor Who episode did its own take on A Christmas Carol? I mean, it was different, but it captured the spirit of Charles Dickens' classic. A Hearth's-Warming Tale does just that. It captures the spirit of A Christmas Carol.
Because it has amazing songs with a lot of effort being put into the flashback, like how the town looked, how all the characters dressed, and some of the effects, like how the two ponies were dancing during Luna's song.
Also, Belt, you have to remember, it's just another adaptation.
It's just another adaptation.
There are so many versions of the story that I have to realize that this isn't the only version that people have seen.
There are different ones that either come and go or stick with us because we love seeing them every Christmas. Some are good, some not so much, but we can't always have the same thing. When it comes to adaptations, we can't have a perfect version of the original. Changes have to be made. Some work better for others, while some don't. Alright, I'll be fair and list some of the positives this episode has. The animation and visuals are good, they just scream Christmas. Some roles are done well, others are not as good, but they still tried. The songs, while nothing special, are still good. The commentary is funny, even if it's not the focus, and they were at least trying to give you the holiday feeling. I still don't find it that good, but if many fans like it, then I guess they see something I don't see. Overall, it's harmless.
I wish everybody a happy holidays and a happy new year. Hey!
Yes?
What are you guys doing?
Oh, while you were giving out your speech, we've been playing Cards Against Equestria.
Oh, I see. Mind if I join you guys?
Yeah, sure.
Gosh, I should have done this a long time ago.
Okay, so Twilight travels to another convention. She would